Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD Starcraft and I'm here for another Heart of the Swarm broadcast. And today I wanted to go ahead and bring to you guys another game from Quantic Hyun. He is going to be the red Zerg player in the bottom right hand corner of the map, and his opponent is going to be EG Demuslim, who is in the blue color at the top left hand corner of Akalon Waste. Both these guys apparently pretty cool with each other. Quantic Hyun, as you guys all know, released a replay pack recently featuring a ton of replays against some sick players, so I'll be casting a lot of replays from him and a couple from the ZvT Cup recently that I wanted to do in the next couple of days. I will be going out to Thunderhill Raceway tomorrow, so wish me luck, guys. Hopefully I don't crash and die. If I do, then you guys won't be seeing any more videos from me for a long time. Anyways, don't know why I'm talking about such depressing things, but this should be a good game. I'm not too sure why the music isn't working. For some reason, sometimes it just doesn't want to. So my voice will have to keep you guys company. And this is gonna be a Zerg versus Terran. Demuslim, of course, a British Terran star, and Hyun is a former Brood War pro gamer from Korea. He is Korean. And what are these guys talking about? Talking about living in the EG house, Korea invites, Angry Birds, and all that good stuff. I love Angry Birds too, by the way, guys. I have it on my phone. Have you guys tried Angry Birds Seasons? That one is actually really, really hard. I couldn't even beat like the first 2 levels. I just gave up because it was too difficult. I'm sure there's gonna be like some Angry Birds pros out there, and they're gonna be putting in the comments down below, come on HD, this is how you beat Angry Birds. They got like some like super pro hacks methods. I'm actually really good at Gunbound. I don't know if you guys ever played Gunbound back in the days, but I'm pretty good at Gunbound. Yes, I'm that nerdy. Anyways, drone is going to be coming in here, and it is going to attack. No, the SCV is going to attack the drone and push it away. Barracks is on the way, supply depot coming up, and that drone is going to be angry because it was zapped by the drill of the SCV. It's going to be the revenge of the claws here, but now it's going to run away and try to find out what is going on inside the main base. We do have the Armstrong with the whip. I don't know, what is that? Is that supposed to be like a sign of communism or something? But yeah, it's a weird icon. I've seen it a couple times on Terran players. It seems to be a Terran thing. I only say it's communist because I think communism is like the sickle and the hammer. I don't know if there's a whip in there, but yeah, just thought of that. So Command Center is going to Muslim as communist. Command Center coming up at the natural, and we do have a quick expo coming out from him. Hyun also with very quick expanding here is actually double hatched, which is not too crazy actually against Terran. You can do that. You can do that against Protoss too, but more likely to be done against a Terran who is going for a very fast CC, as Demuslim is. And so Hyun here is saying, well, like Polt, if you want to play macro, I can play macro. If you want to play early aggro, I can play early aggro too. For those of you guys who watched the set I casted, or the game I casted with Hyun and Polt, which was an amazing game, by the way, guys. You know, casting, I love to cast replays of all skill levels, but you know, there's always, I think from the viewer's perspective as well, there's always something to be said for really high-level games because they feature plays that you could only dream. I don't even know if you could dream of making. That's why you guys watch, you know, Starcraft 2 casts, because you want to see them happen, and then you can dream about them. Anyways, bunker is coming up here. We do have a supply depot at the front. We do have a factory, barracks, reactor, and Zergling speed is on the way. So just telling you guys some of the upgrades that are happening right now. There are a couple of different ways to approach this matchup from both sides. As far as Terran goes, you can play a mech style. You can play a biomech style, which is probably the most popular way to approach it. You can also go full bio, but that is actually phased out of popularity. You don't see full bio against Zerg as often as you see biomech now, which I think is the most popular way to go with it. And typically, most Terran players will build a couple of Hellions and some Widow Mines sometimes as well to start the game off, get that early scout in, get a little bit of early defense up in case of an early bust. And as far as the Zerg side of things go, there's still a very reactionary race. Swarm hosts, you don't see them too much against Terran. You don't really see them that much in, you know, they can come into play, but they're a little more rare. You do see Roach Hydra quite a bit. That's a very popular way of playing Zerg versus anything these days. Roach Hydra is beast. Mutalisks are still very, very good with their improved maneuverability and damage. And that's about it. You still see, of course, the Hive Tech play. Ultras are super godly. But anyways, Hellions are coming. They're making their way through. And look at this. Hyun is going to go for a surround. And he almost gets, oh, he's going to get that Hellion. He's going to push it towards the wall. And Hellion Schmellion, Zerglings are faster. And a nice job right there by Hyun, who has Zergling speed. So he is going to be able to get another Hellion kill here. 2 Hellions. And he does lose a couple of Zerglings, but you know, that's a worthy trade. If you can trade off, you know, 225 minerals worth of Zerglings for 2 Hellions, you know, I'll take that any day. I really will. Yeah, you're losing more money, but Hellions, you know, they're devastating. They can do a lot of damage. They can add into the late game army pretty well. And in the early game, as Zerg, if you can take out those Hellions, it gives you so much more comfortability in the mid game. And we do have Baneling Nest and more Marine upgrades on the way. So it looks like Demuslim is going to be going for heavy bio here. +1 armor, +1 stim. +1 stim, +2 stim on the way, guys. Stim and +1 weapons. So we do have the full complement of Terran bio coming out here. And of course, some mech being added on as well, as we have Widow Mines being produced from the factory. Like I said before, guys, it's very popular to mix in some mech with your bio against Zerg. And Demuslim here is going to be having a nice mixture of units on the field pretty soon here. Hyun is adding on another hatchery, though. In terms of drones, we have 53, and in terms of SCVs, 44. And Hyun, oh, he's looking to go for a surround on these Hellions here. He might be able to, no, actually, he's just going to bring this pack of Zerglings down to the south. I thought he might have gone for a surround as he sent a pack to the north, but it's just going to leave them there for scouting detail, I suppose, and try to figure out what's going on the map. He's actually putting Zerglings on the Zelnaga towers right now. Do note the new version of Akalon Waste no longer have towers here in the middle, as it was deemed too, I guess, too good. So yeah, they have been removed from play. And yeah, that is something that most players have learned to deal with. Meantime, we do have an armory on the way, so Hellbats could be coming out pretty soon. Hellbats are also very good against Zerglings. And here comes this pack of Zerglings, gonna get the surround on these Hellions. Great surround right here from Quantic Hyun. And Demuslim forced into the corner. He will not be able to keep these Hellions alive, but then again, Hyun might not want to send all of his Zerglings through that choke point, and wisely only sending a few at a time. How smart is that? And he picks off all those Hellions, and now without any vision for Demuslim, he is making a lot of Banelings. He could go for a bust on this command center, and if he can do it right away, then Demuslim might not be able to lift off in time. We'll see. I think he will be able to lift off in time, though. I mean, it would take some pretty slow reflexes since the Banelings do not have centrifugal hooks yet. Hooks is about to finish up, though. I'm not sure if Demuslim saw all these Banelings, but Baneling speed is moments from being done, and here we go. Here comes a delayed Baneling bust from Hyun, and that command center is going down. The Sentinel missiles using their payload, but only hitting a couple of Zerglings, so not all that effective. Now Demuslim's gonna have to showcase his Marine Micro. The last Sentinel missile going down, not that effective at all, and the Zerglings are gonna crush the Marines at the front. The medevacs were not populated enough to keep the Marines alive, and now all the SCVs of the natural expansion gonna take a lot of damage. 9, 10, 11 SCVs going down already. All the ones at the third have fallen, and more continuing to drop for Demuslim. Demuslim is going to have to evacuate this area. He's lost 16 SCVs already. The Zerg swarm is alive and well, and Demuslim is in a lot of trouble. Oh, that last Sentinel missile there, exacting a measure of revenge. But nothing can really measure up to the fact of how many SCVs for Demuslim have gone down already. 17, in fact. Ouch, that Marine taking the damage, not just from the Zerglings, but the Widow Mine as well. More Banelings coming in here for Hyun. He hasn't stopped yet. He's keeping his foot on the gas, and he's going to bring the hammer down. More SCVs going to go down. Demuslim will have to pull these SCVs away. He's going to lose a lot of workers. He's going to stack them on the refinery, which is actually a very good strategy against Zerglings. Not so great against Banelings, but it's good enough against the Zerglings here. And Demuslim struggling here to stay alive. This is the thing when you're playing against Korean Zergs, you just gotta expect the unexpected. And Hyun is being very, very unpredictable right now. And in the background, he's adding on a Spire, a couple more Evolution Chambers, as he knows that if he cannot win the game with this ground aggression, he will need a backup plan, and he's got that alive and well. He's got potentially Muta's going to be coming pretty soon here. More Zerglings and Banelings. Widow Mines getting underground just in the nick of time, and they will be enough to hold off the ground assault. And has Demuslim actually been able to hold off enough here to stand toe toe-to-toe with Quantic Hyun. If you look at the resources lost, he's actually lost less than Hyun has. It seems like the Widow Mines, as they've compounded here, they've been able to do more and more damage and have been able to fortify the front door for Demuslim, and Demuslim now feels like he might have enough to maybe make a bit of a push of his own. And this queen, oh, a little bit too late on her legs. Could have gone out of there, but didn't, not in time. 2-2 for these Marines, also helping quite a bit as well, as they were outclassing the Zerglings and Banelings. But Hyun is about to finish 2-2 here, and he's got Mutas on the way. Muta's on the way here, and here we go. The Muta's coming in, but they don't have enough ground support, and the first wave of Mutas is going to go down, which I think that was a pretty good fight for Demuslim. He kept his medevacs alive. He killed off about 4 or 5 Mutas there, and you know, he for the amount of Marines he lost, I think that was a pretty good trade. So things I think are looking quite good for Demuslim, who, don't forget guys, has a 3rd base running. Yeah, he lost a lot of SCVs, but he's been able to recover. The 4th hatchery is on the way for Hyun, but I don't know if, you know, Hyun, it looks like Hyun has done a lot of damage, but I don't know if he's done enough to really stop Demuslim or really to gain a significant edge. I think Demuslim's doing all right here, guys, but he will need to continue to hold off the attacks from Hyun, who is now preparing for a lot of Banelings and Zerglings to the front door. The beauty of this, Demuslim doesn't see it, he doesn't know, but he will know with these 4 scouting Marines, these poor guys sent to their deaths. But you know, anything for the Terrans. Good, you know, Demuslim sending them out, but he finds out what's going on at the front door. He will fortify his defenses, no doubt. It's bringing the Widow Mines over. Has 3 at each entrance. I'd love to see him build a couple of barracks here just to help the front door. Maybe a missile turret or 2 as well. But I guess he's just going to rely on Marines and Widow Mines to hold this down. He'll need more, though. I don't think he's got enough. And will Hyun go for the attack or not? Looks like he's waiting. He's hesitating a little bit. Demuslim was able to ferry out a medevac to the top side, so he is going to go for a bit of an attack here, which is a good idea. It'll keep Hyun distracted in the background as these Marines are coming through in the middle, and they are going to push away the Zerglings and the Banelings and the Mutas. And these Marines, meanwhile, just waiting at the creep. The medevac boosting in, going to drop it over at the 3rd expansion. There are spines and spores here, though, so Hyun should be okay. He doesn't need reinforcements as long as he's got enough spines and spores. And he's just bringing in the Zerglings for good measure as well. A little bit of Marine micro from Demuslim there, and Demuslim deciding to pull away. Drilling Claws is on the way, +3/+3, about to finish up for the Terrans as well. So the Terrans will once again outclass the Zerg in terms of upgrades, and that might be the moment for Demuslim to make a push, make an attack when his +3/+3 finishes, which the weapons have done now. The armor is moments away. He has got, you know, a lot of army here, a ton of Marines. He's making 10, he's got 42 on the map already. I mean, with the 3/3 upgrades and the medevacs and Marines he's got in the field, I actually think Demuslim could make an attack and make some damage happen here, but he's got to be careful. A lot of Banelings and Mutas here on the high ground, and it looks like Hyun actually just not going to fully commit. Neither is Demuslim. As neither side wants to engage quite yet. I think it's good for Demuslim, though, because he's got more Marines coming out, and he wants to fortify this expansion as well. You know, one thing that kind of shocks me is you see the Mutas on the map, and there we go. I was going to say, there aren't really any missile turrets, but he has just built 2 inside this expansion over here. This is the most vulnerable one to an air bombardment. Meanwhile, the medevac coming in once again, but is intercepted by a group of Zerglings and Banelings. Banelings are not going to get the detonation off. Demuslim's micro here is actually pretty sweet. Very nice job so far with his Marine micro, I must say, and he's picking off Banelings too, using the medevac to sight the high ground. Very nice job here from Demuslim, who's just getting cost effective at any you know, and taking any advantage he can possibly take against a player like Hyun. And it looks like he's going to kill all those Zerglings and Banelings. Very nice job. Meanwhile, look at this Marine Widow Mine army from Demuslim. Very well suited to dealing with Mutas, Zerglings, and Banelings. But here comes Hyun, and we'll see the Marine micro here. Oh, it's a counter flank from Hyun coming around the backside. All the Sentinel missiles exploding, but there wasn't enough firepower to stop this many Zerglings and Banelings and Mutas. What a flank that was. That was like something from a movie. Oh my god, that was amazing. And Hyun now is going to come in here to the natural. Not the thing is, so Demuslim has so many barracks, so he's got like 7 barracks, not to count the reactor cores on 4 or 5 of them. I mean, he can produce Marines like 14, maybe 20 at a time, so his reinforcement waves from the barracks being quickly trained and outfitted for war coming out, and they will be enough, it looks like, to hold the front door. But now they pushed out, they've overextended just a bit, but the medevac saving them and ferrying them back to safety. Wow, what a game here. That supply depot is going to burn down, but I think that's the least of Demuslim's worries. If that's the only loss he takes for the counterattack there, I think that is a mission well won. So very nice job from Demuslim. And wow, what a flank from Hyun. I mean, that was a serious you know, military strategy that was executed beautifully, and he was able to get all the Marines surrounded, but I think he might have overextended into the natural. How could he have known that Demuslim would have so many barracks producing that many Marines though? And now the one thing is, wow, look at Hyun's creep spread. Actually, it's like covering the entire map. It's almost at the front door of Demuslim here. So Hyun is not done yet. I mean, this is just sick. The macro and micro of Hyun here is amazing. You know, he's on 5 bases. He's got so much creep spread, and he's been able to micro his army this entire time. Beautiful plays from both these players, really. And here comes Hyun one more time. And look at all the blood on the ground. Zergling, Marine, Mutalisks. The floor of Aklon Waste have been drenched forever with blood. And wow, this game is amazing. We do have Ultralisk Cavern now on the way from Hyun. He is looking to go into tier 3, which would help his army immensely, considering he's dealing with Marines and Widow Mines. Ultralisk will just laugh at Widow Mines, and if they can get in the Marine space, they will carve them to pieces. So if Hyun can get some ultras out here, I think it would really help his army. There is a bit of a side attack coming from Hyun here. He's thinking about going around through the rocks into this expansion, and there is no cover there for that command center. Meanwhile, Hyun coming in with more Mutas Banelings, and he is going to be able to take this army out at the front door. All the reinforcements going down, but at the same time, Demuslim is going to kill off the hatchery. The 5th expansion goes down for the Zerg player. Meanwhile, a couple of Zerglings are beginning to leak into the 3rd command center for Demuslim, as Mutas and Zerglings are cutting off all the reinforcements in the main base, and the heart of the Terran homeland is now under attack. New Marines cannot be trained, but that's alright. Demuslim has killed off a hatchery, and he's bringing back all the troops from abroad back home in order to defend the homeland, and it looks like, will he be able to come back in time? Demuslim has taken serious damage already. He's lost all of his SCVs over at that expansion. It looks like the Marines are back though. The Marines are back, and these Mutas and Zerglings are going to go down. And really, how much damage did Demuslim take? He lost some reactors and some supply depots, but I'm not entirely sure that, you know, it's an unrecoverable loss. I think he'll be all right. But then again, Hyun is going to come in with another wave of Zerglings and Banelings. Will he have enough firepower to take down this command center? Yes, he will. The planetary fortress is going to go down. Oh my god, I was going to say all those SCVs made it out, but they did not. It's an SCV graveyard. Oh, you want some spare parts for your SCV? Come here, sir. I've got drills, I've got claws, I've even got the men if you can bring them back from the dead. Wow, that was amazing. How many SCVs went down there? It was almost unreal. 67 SCVs have gone down this game already. That could be your turning point, ladies and gentlemen. That was like the degree all-in moment. And Demuslim is in a lot of trouble now. I mean, man, all those SCVs. I was gonna say they made it out. I can't believe they were able to get back home. But as I looked over, like, all of them just died. But, you know, I'm looking at the supplies here, and Hyun's got 96, Demuslim's got 59. You know, I don't know how or why, but Hyun's supply isn't as large as you would think, probably as a result of him losing this expansion over here. Pretty painful. He doesn't have that much income flowing in right now. He's only really mining off of, like, this base over here, which doesn't have full saturation. So if there's a moment for a counterattack, this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the burrowed Banelings taking on some of those Marines right there. So that hurts for sure, as you know, Demuslim's only got like 13 Marines here. And, oh, he's gonna lose. Oh, manual detonation from the Banelings right there to kill off the burrowed Widow Mines. That was pretty clever. Very smart right there by Hyun. Now, these Marines, will they be able to take out this hatchery for the Terrans? Will Demuslim be able to do it? I don't think so. And, yeah, these Mutas and Banelings coming in, they will be able to take out all the forces. They're gonna force these medevacs to unload their cargo. and there's only a few Marines left on the ground. This is a dire situation for Demuslim, and you know, the supplies, they, you know, Hyun doesn't have that much supply, but he's got enough to, you know, substantially have a lead over Demuslim, and that is going to force a GG right there for EG Demuslim. So Quantic Hyun is your victor. What a game that was, 27 minutes, and I just got to do it. I got to rewind. I got to see that moment again in time. Poor guys. I mean, they deserve, you know, they deserve like a tribute. They deserve, you know, recognition for their hard work and their death, their subsequent death. So we will honor their memory with another viewing once again of the terrible day the SCVs died. Maybe it was like 24 minutes, like over here or something. I don't know, but yeah, this was like an incredible match. By the way, guys, I will have more replays coming out for Hyun. If you guys have any sweet replays, oh, there it is, Elf! Oh my, oh god, brutal. It looks like the Widowmine might have taken out some of those SCVs with the Sentinel missile. Anyways, if you guys have any sweet replays, send them into HDreplays@gmail.com, and be sure to subscribe at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at HD Starcraft. For now, this is HD, and I'm signing out.